feel bad for Jennifer, but I will say she is a magnet for being scammed. She just had an entire documentary about getting scammed from some other guy. And I don't know, there's just something about Jennifer that she just doesn't have street smarts like that.
Let's talk about what just happened, because this situation has completely flipped the script. Jennifer Williams' husband has officially handed her castmate enough material to last multiple seasons. A judge has now ordered him to repay money tied to a long-running financial scheme. And the truth is finally catching up. For years, he presented himself as a wealthy investor, flashing luxury gifts and selling the image of success. Jennifer appeared to be living a dream life filled with designer bags, diamonds, and expensive trips. But according to court records, that lifestyle wasn't funded by legitimate wealth. Instead, the money reportedly came from people who believed they were investing in profitable opportunities. The image of a rich businessman has now been exposed as smoke and mirrors. What once looked like generosity now feels uncomfortable, because the luxury Jennifer enjoyed may have been built using money that never truly belonged to them.
More and more people are coming out talking about he scammed them. This is so embarrassing. This is exactly what I mean when I say do not ever settle in life. I don't care how old you are. First of all, she looks amazing. She does not have to settle. No matter where you are in life, do not settle.
Since the accusations first surfaced, Jennifer has been working overtime to protect her reputation. She publicly defended her husband, dismissed criticism, and tried to convince viewers that everything was being misunderstood. But now the court has ruled against him, and the consequences are real. The judge determined that he is responsible for the financial wrongdoing and, even worse, that he does not have the money to repay what he owes. This puts Jennifer in a painful position. Once again, she's facing public embarrassment tied to the man she chose to stand beside. This marks yet another relationship that has ended in chaos, legal trouble, and disappointment. The reality is sinking in that love didn't shield her from accountability or consequences. Now, instead of enjoying married life, she's dealing with legal fallout, public scrutiny, and the harsh realization that choosing the wrong partner can come with a very expensive price tag.
One thing about Jennifer, she continues to repeat the cycle. God continues to send you the same fucking person over and over again, and until you learn whatever that lesson is supposed to be, you know? And she wants to be married, and she wants to have a relationship so bad, no matter at what cost. She wanted to marry Tim, you know, and no matter what, I want to be a wife, you know, and she's willing to take just the title without really having in your life a great person.
At this point, many fans are questioning Jennifer's pattern when it comes to relationships. Despite her success and visibility, she continues to align herself with men who bring instability and controversy into her life. Her current husband's situation mirrors past experiences that forced her to walk away from previous partners. According to legal filings, several individuals who trusted him with their money eventually sued, claiming the investment operation was never legitimate. The accusations described a system where early participants were paid using funds from newer ones. When the story first broke, Jennifer was everywhere trying to control the narrative. On television and online, she defended him fiercely, shutting down anyone who raised concerns. She insisted everything was being handled privately and legally. But as the case moved forward, the evidence spoke louder than her words. What once seemed like loyalty is now being viewed as denial and possibly willful blindness.
So all the victims, the lady that's on disability with 30,000, you don't care about these people?
Christian doesn't even know who that woman is.
Oh, girl, I get it, that's your man or whatever, but sometimes a motherfucker will bring you down. He stole this woman's money. Should he be trading as a felon?
Yeah, he can.
Who told you this? And because I'm not making this up.
Okay.
You're too smart for this.
What made the situation worse is how the case was handled in court. Despite being properly notified, Jennifer's husband never responded to the lawsuit or appeared before the judge. He didn't hire a lawyer and didn't submit a defense. Because of that silence, the court ruled automatically in favor of the plaintiffs. The original claim involved over $100,000, but because the case fell under Georgia's racketeering laws, the damages were tripled. The final judgment ordered him to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. This ruling officially moved the case from allegation to confirmed legal fact. The plaintiffs also explained that his public image played a major role in earning their trust. Being associated with a reality television star gave him credibility, making people believe he was successful and legitimate. That exposure helped convince them to invest, proving how dangerous perceived fame can be when mixed with financial promises.
There is a lifetime membership fee, $1,500. He does all the trading. When I sent the fee, they told me to go to Cash App and buy Bitcoin. I don't know what Bitcoin is, and why did I pay you $1,500 if I have to buy it? So I called to ask questions. I never got another response, but I want my $1,500 back. We're watching you flaunt your cars, your beautiful diamond rings, this Rolex in front of us, and we were robbed.
According to court documents, the operation followed a familiar pattern. Once investors sent money, communication changed. Those who asked for returns were pressured to keep their funds locked in. If someone demanded repayment, the money they received allegedly came from a newer investor instead of actual profits. This cycle created the illusion that everything was working perfectly. In reality, there were no real trades or accounts producing income. Large portions of the funds were reportedly kept for personal use while promises replaced progress. Eventually, communication stopped altogether. Investors were blocked, payments ended, and silence followed. Meanwhile, social media showed a glamorous lifestyle filled with luxury purchases and travel. Watching that unfold while being ignored only deepened the frustration of those who lost money. The pattern fits the textbook definition of financial deception, where appearance replaces substance and trust becomes the most valuable currency being exploited.
So in March, my husband and I looked at each other and we said, something don't sound right. Because if he's got all this money, and I'm going to tell you, our project accounts at this time, I think they were all running, and when we totaled it up in March, it was like $1.1 million equally between all of them. So we're like, there's no way he can't pull from this and give us yes, and I do have receipts of all of this.
Only after the court finalized its ruling did Jennifer's husband attempt to speak up. He claimed fear, online harassment, and emotional distress prevented him from responding sooner. He asked the judge to reopen the case and stop collection efforts. The court even gave him a final opportunity, requiring a small payment to proceed. He failed to act again. As of January 12, 2026, the judgment became permanent, allowing victims to legally collect what they are owed. Since then, he has gone completely quiet, while Jennifer has continued defending him publicly. She shared supportive messages and posted cryptic quotes suggesting attacks against her failed. But the reality is unavoidable. If the money cannot be recovered from him, it may come from shared assets. The situation looks damaging, legally and reputationally. At this point, people are questioning whether Jennifer is unaware, in denial, or possibly complicit. Either way, the fallout is far from over.